Welcome to RETR. RETR is a data and business intelligence platform to help LOs grow your business. Okay, so for those who haven't heard this yet, I'll just tell you so that you're well aware of what you're signing up for. Okay, so RETR, our whole purpose is to help LOs grow your business. Okay, make more money, grow your business. All right, everybody on board? Yay! So I'll tell you a little bit about our CEO, Stephen Winans. He in a past life, before he became CEO of RETR, he was a top producing real estate agent in the Northern Virginia, DC area. And so when he became of a certain caliber, doing closing X number of business, had a ton of business to refer, a lot of loan officers would hit him up and say, hey, can I buy you coffee? Can I, buy you lunch? Can I pick your brain? All of that good stuff. And he goes, I see what they're trying to do because they want referral business from me, right? But I'm but one person. I can only drink so much coffee, eat so much lunch. But I want to create a platform to help loan officers do exactly what these loan officers are doing to me, which is to find qualified agent partners to get business referrals from, right? And so he goes, so what I'll do is I'm going to quit selling houses and I'm going to, by trade, he's a software engineer. He goes, I'm going to build a platform, and this is his baby here, RETR, to help more LOs than I could ever help as an individual agent. All right. So he goes, I know what agents want and I know what LOs need. And so it's a perfect pairing. All right. So this is what I'm going to show you today. In the limited time that we have, I got some questions from Lizette and Zane, and then Reginald and Cassandra. You guys are newer. So as you're looking and hearing certain things, you let me know if you have any questions, okay? So Lizette is out of the Miami, Florida area, and he mentioned that he was interested in learning just what I described with my CEO, right? And how to find qualified agents to grow his own network of agents, right? So one, when we say qualified agents, we're talking one, they do enough business to make it worth your while, because nothing sucks more than to fact check an agent that you meet only to find out that they're doing zero business. Okay, so what are you referring to me, sir? Why are you wasting my time? So one, you can use it to fact check, and when you're new to RETR, you can go down plenty of rabbit holes, and I'm pretty sure Zane probably could attest to this, but you can look up everybody, and you can look up loan officers too, and you're like, okay, this man talks big game, but the production is not there, and so it's not being nosy if we call it business intelligence. So allow yourself some time to kind of like play in the system and explore and find out and dig deep into other folks, but just know that that is just one way to like check on somebody's production, but the key is to use it to your advantage to make more money, close more loans. Okay, so for Lizette, I will show you how to do this. If you're looking for loan officers, you would go into the mortgage tab. If you're looking for mortgage companies, you would go into the mortgage tab. Refi leads are also in RETR. You would go into the mortgage tab. If you're looking for agent or real estate brokers or new listings and open houses, all of that will be under the real estate tab. Okay, so the real estate tab, find agents, and what we're going to do is go to the sales area, and we're going to look by city for Lizette. I have Orlando in here, but he's in Miami, he mentioned. So I'll plug in Miami, select the city, and now show rankings. I have one filter in here that I'll reset real quick so that I can start over for you guys. All right, so Miami, Florida, in the last 12 months, if we're looking for potential agent partners, you guys, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, there are over 13,000, I'm sorry. Y'all, guess what? I just got progressive lenses, which is like the new way to say bifocals, and I'm feeling so old, and so I'm getting used to it right now. But yes, that would be 13,000, Trey, and not 1,300. 13,000 potential agents to work with. Now, 13,000, who's going after all 13, right? We have to qualify these folks. So this gives you a list of every agent who has closed. If they're a whale in your area, or if they're a onesie, twosie part-timer, you'll know based on this. But if they had closed one loan, at minimum, they'll be on this list, okay? But from here, what we try to do and try to teach you is figure out your strategy. Most of the time, folks will say, hey, I want to go after somebody with business to refer. Now, then that's what I'm going to show you today. But sometimes people are like, well, I'm kind of new. I'm a new LO, so maybe I want to focus on the newer agents. So as they grow, I grow. You know what I'm saying? So there's like going to be different scenarios and strategies. But for the most part, if you go to any coaching database or anything like that, or coaching platform, they'll tell you, hey, you need to find people who are doing business so that they have business to refer. So you're not wasting time, money, resources, etc. So under the buyer side tab, most folks will say, hey, if you have at least 8 loans closed or 12 loans closed in the last year, that means at least one a month, that's fine too. So if we stick with that number, 12 transactions, you don't see the number 12 here, but if you click on custom, you can just type in 12 or whatever number you want, okay? So at least we have a minimum of 12 transactions, and then you click apply. And so it went from 13,000 down to 30 agents. Okay? So if that is too small a number for you, just play around with your filters. All right? But we'll leave it here for now. So what we see here is, let's take a look at buyer count. Let's click on that header column. That arrow is now sorting this column from highest to lowest. So you'll see the whales would be Riley Smith and Wesley in Miami. But as you scroll down, you'll see that that column will go from highest to lowest, okay? So just looking at Riley Smith, 57 buy counts in Miami in the last 12 months. And of the 57, he had 24 loans, meaning the difference between 57 and 24, they had likely cash transactions. But of the 57 transactions, 24 of them had loans on them. And of the 24 loans, he used 21 different loan officers, you guys. So this guy, Riley, is a whale in the area, but he doesn't seem to have a preferred loan officer partner. Does that make sense? So we're comparing these two columns at the moment, the loan count and how many loan officers he used. So you see how Wesley here has 33 loans, but he used 28 loan officers. You can go into their profiles and see who it is they've been using. So I'll just go ahead and click on Riley Smith, and we'll take a look at who he's using. Even though he had 28 loans, he used 24 different loan officers. 2 of them were with Edward Wilburn over at First Equity, 2 with Christopher at Fairway. And then everything else is like beyond these 2 here, everything else will be onesies. So that just means he's got to learn everybody's working style, everybody's communication method, all of that good stuff. Every time he closes a transaction, this is where you would say, hey, maybe it would behoove this particular agent, Riley Smith, to pair up with a loan officer partner. Therefore, y'all can depend on each other, make sure that y'all treat your clients properly, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions at all?
Yeah, question.
Yes, Cassandra.
Yeah, so is this like MMI?
MMI is a competitor of ours, so if you're familiar, then yes. But we're better. RETR is better, okay? So what you'll find is with competitors, if you pull up Riley Smith's profile and you pull on MMI and RETR, you'll find that we have a lift in our data, so that we provide, if you're making decisions based on data, we're the person or the team to go with, because you'll see, hey, we have, we show 57 buy side counts for Riley, MMI might show 52. Okay? All right. So what I do here next, you guys, yes, Zane.
On those numbers, the buyer and seller count,
yes,
is there a way to break down how many of those buyers were also sellers? The same client?
Where they were also sellers? No. There's no way to flag, hey, I want it to be where Riley is both the buyer's agent and the seller agent. We have those stats there, but it's not something that we flag.
No, I don't mean a double dip. I mean, if he had 77 sellers,
yes,
I would think that there would be, unless they relocated out of the state, there'd be 77 buyers that he assisted. So those buyers are counting as buyers and sellers, but it's the same person.
Yes, this would be this would be Riley's stats. So if you click on the 77 here, it is hyperlinked. So what this will bring up is the addresses of the property and who the agents were. If at any point you wanted more information about this, even though we can only fit so much on a screen, but if you click on the addresses, we'll see who the buyers were and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. Again, this just says that it's sold, and then if for the purchase loan, you'll see who the buyers were. So the left-hand column will be where your transaction history is, so you can kind of understand a little bit more about the property. Who had a question?
Okay, my question is there any way that we can filter those realtors who are speaking, let's say, Spanish? It's very popular. About 60% of my transactions are with Spanish-speaking realtors because they have Spanish-speaking clients.
Great question.
Many of them from Latin America, like foreign nationals. And
Yes.
I do presentations in Spanish. I speak fluent Spanish, other languages, but Spanish is one of the important parts in state of Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So the answer is we do not have any filters in there to differentiate language, but the way that I would go about that is to do this. Let me move this out of the way. If at any time I am looking for Spanish speaking, it's difficult because one, we don't have the language filter in there.
Okay.
But if you go down the agent list, you can kind of take a look at their surname or last name and just assume that Luis Ruiz here and Joanna might be, Spanish background.
So
now-
I'm asking it this because I'm working with the Association of Hispanic real
Yes.
estate professionals.
Yeah.
So I'm participating in their events and everything. So this could be useful
Yes.
for me to present to them this tool.
Absolutely. And what I would do too is if you get your hands on any of those members, I would plug them into RETR and follow them and add them to certain lists as well.
So we can create customized lists.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So for the rest of you guys, just know that what we're looking for is we've already established that they close enough business to make it worth our while, right? But now let's click on LOs used. And now that column is going to sort from highest to lowest. So now you can kind of determine whether or not Wesley, Riley, Joanna, Jonathan is going to be a good person to reach out to. And that is going to be based on the number of loans they closed and the number of loan officers. Again, Karen Klein here, 15 buy counts in the last 12 months in Miami, but resulting in 7 loans, and she used 7 different loan officers, like a new person every time. So yes, you go down the list here, maybe as many here, you don't pick this one because it's 11 and 7. There's going to be some loyalty, but you can deep dive into this and kind of see what's what. So you see what I'm doing here, right? So you just check it, check who it is you want, and then what you can do is click on a little drop down here, create a new list. We'll call this Miami Agents, 12 units plus. Add to the list and view the list. So you guys, now you can export this information and push it into your CRM and or Excel where you can load it wherever it is you want. All right. If at any time you are looking at Luis's profile, you can bring him up, and if you've never worked with Luis before and you want to keep track of him, just click follow, okay? And now that you're following him, if you go to your dashboard, we'll show you if he's closed any recent deals, or if he has any recent listings, or if he's had any recent Instagram posts and stuff like that. Okay, so Lizette, that's what I would do if I were looking for qualified agent partners, okay? So another feature that I wanted to talk to you about was a request that came from Zane today. And so Zane said, hey, I got an email from RETR that says, hey, you have this tool called the loan loss report. Okay, so what I'll do, Zane, is it okay if I pull your data up? Was that a yes or no? You're on.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you, sir. All right, so Zane Benson, I just typed in his name. I found him. He's with Nexa, obviously. Look at that. No bearded look, you guys. What you can do, I'll log in as him, but all you need really is the NMLS number. But you guys have access to this currently, okay? So what we did was we just said in 2024, of all of your past clients, so you guys, for the newbies, Reginald and Cassandra, we have your book of business already loaded into the system, okay? So from 2017 to now, we know who your agent partners are, we know who your clients are, we have all of that preloaded. So what we did was we said, hey, in 2024, with this loan loss report, how many of your existing clients or your past clients went elsewhere when the time came for them to purchase a new home or to refinance? Okay, so city, and I know Dane is out of like Dallas, Fort Worth area, like myself. So we'll look in Dallas real quick and show rankings. And I have some filters in here. Let me reset them. So y'all, we save your last filters in here so that if you see any of those populated, you just want to clear them out. Okay, so Dallas, Texas, if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we have over 4,800 or yeah, that would be it. It's not 48,000. Okay, 4,800 loan officers, right? And so this is going to be anybody who's created stuff. But this search is a little bit more unique because we're looking for those who are inactive, okay? Inactive. So what we do is go to the experience filter options, and here's what you can find. Location, like if you want them to physically be in Texas, you can certainly say, hey, I want the LOs to be in Texas. LO type, banks, credit unions, all of that information is here. But for Zane's specific question, you want to say, is active, yes or no? By default, it's yes, but you can certainly click no here and click apply. All right, so now we have 217 inactive loan officers here in the Dallas area, or Dallas, the city. If you wanted to look at Dallas, Fort Worth, MSA, metropolitan area, you can certainly do that as well. But for now, here's the list of loan officers who have had loan counts in the last 12 months, loan counts anywhere, but happen to be inactive. If you want them to be a specific type of loan officer, here's where you can discern between that as well. If you only want to target IMBs or credit unions or brokers or whatever, you can also say, hey, the LO type, I want them to be, and check or uncheck what it is you want or don't want. Okay? So you can go to any of these folks' profiles and do a little deeper dive if need be.
Can we do a deeper dive on Cheris Knights? That's really interesting that she's inactive but has 27 loan count.
Yeah. So you guys, the reason that Cheris made the list is because we get information from the NMLS Consumer Access Database on a weekly cadence, and so if it shows her as inactive, it's because NMLS shows her as inactive, and that's why we reflect that in the platform. Okay, so Cheris Knights, go ahead, Sam.
Would that be for all, or let's say she had 17 states and now she's only licensed in one? If one state shows inactive, would it pop her name on that list?
NMLS, let me just show you specific to the state. Let's click on loans by state. And then it'll tell you, hey, all of her business is in Texas. And then if you scroll down to the next section, it'll say, hey, here are her licenses. So Texas and Florida, but her production was only in Texas. Employment history also. And if at any time you choose to recruit Cheris, Zane, if you have conversations, your access through Nexa or MLO box, it will allow you to say, hey, if you want to come back, we can pull your book of business and then help you get restarted on that front as well. Okay? So just know that's there. All right, you guys, I think we are just at time. Any other questions from the newbies or the more tenured folks who would like to see anything else before we wrap up? Cassandra.
Okay, so what is the cost for this program?
So,